My name is Dr. Serge Francois. I'm a doctor of chiropractic. I would like to share my personal story about the effectiveness of oxygenated IV therapy, intravenous IV therapy. Approximately 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with severe congestive heart failure. Unbeknown to me, I was gradually developed condition with my heart, but the fact that I was very active, I was a distance cyclist and weightlifting and doing a lot of physical activities, and I thought I was in great shape. So therefore, when I began to develop some symptoms related to cardiovascular disease, I didn't believe the extent of my condition until I got to a point I couldn't even breathe, and I checked myself in the emergency room at the hospital. And the doctor walked into my room in the hospital and in disbelief, and he told me that he had no idea that my condition was so severe. And he told me that my heart was severely enlarged, number one, and number two, that I was suffering with severe cardiomyopathy, which means that inflammation of the heart muscles, and also I had bicuspid and tricuspid regurgitation. What that means that the non-oxygenated blood and oxygenated blood was mixing up together. So therefore, my heart was working real hard to pump the blood and the nutrient to my body. And as a matter of fact, he couldn't believe why I was even able to work in the hospital. He said he should have been dead by now because my heart was only functioning, my ejection fraction was only 15%. Ejection fraction is the volume of blood that your heart is able to pump from the left ventricle to pump the blood to the rest of your body. And in my case, the normal value for a normal individual is between 50 to 75%. In my case, my ejection fraction was 15%, 15%, which means that I was a walking dead. And of course, I was in shock when the doctor walks into my hospital room, told me the severity of my condition. Then I asked him, okay, doc, so where do we go from here? He said, well, three things that's going to happen. Number one, you're not going to walk out of here before we put you on the heart transplant list. Number two, you're not going to walk out of here without a defibrillator. Number three, we're going to do a stress test on you. Then it's going to have to be a chemically induced stress test because we are not going to take a chance, put you on the treadmill because you may die on the treadmill. Of course, that was very shocking to me. So before the doctor walks out of the room and I asked him, okay, what else? He said, that's all. I said, no, doc, before you walk out of here, let me tell you three things that's not going to happen. Number one, you're not going to put me on heart transplant list. Number two, I'm going to walk out of here, but I'm going to walk out without a defibrillator. Number three, if you're going to do a stress test on me, you're going to you better put me on the treadmill. Well, let me make something very clear. It's not that I'm so sacrilegious that I didn't believe in the recommendation the doctor was giving me. He was giving me the right recommendation. If a patient were to walk into my office with the same condition, I would give this exact same recommendation. In my case, at that point, I felt that there was a lesson to be learned out of this. The way I know the body functioning, I felt that there should be some other measures, some alternative ways to reverse the process, rather fix the condition, okay? Otherwise, my objective was to determine the underlying cause of my condition, to find the solution to reverse the process, rather than do some drastic measure to fix it. And I'm not purporting that someone that would have had the same condition as I've had to follow the same path, but that was a path that I've chosen to follow. And now, approximately 5 years later, and I live to share that story.
After receiving a series of intravenous oxygenated nutritional therapy coupled with other alternative holistic treatments, including diet, exercise, and hormonal-bound supplements, Dr. Francois' cardiovascular condition gradually improved and has experienced a total reversal of all previously diagnosed cardiovascular conditions. Comprehensive cardiovascular examination, including echocardiogram, performed on October 2011 at the renowned Legacy Heart Center in Plano, Texas, revealed the following. Hypertension, essential. Congestive heart failure, resolved. Cardiomyopathy, resolved with normal ejection fraction. Estimated ejection fraction is 55 to 60%.